Forex analytical forecast for Euro US dollar, New Zealand dollar US dollar and silver. Euro US dollar, upward trend is expected in the pair. Pair Euro US dollar is relatively stable at 1.0835 and the local maximum of March 23. Euro is waiting for the next stimulus to strengthen the current bullish momentum. Experts hasten to reconsider their estimates of the crisis development in the bank sector of the USA and Europe, noting the successful and timely actions of the Federal Reserve and the Treasury Department, since the situation has stabilized. At the beginning of the week, the information was confirmed that the U.S. bank First Citizens Bank shares would acquire the controlling interest on the credit portfolio of the Silicon Valley Bank that stopped its activity the day before, and that would lead to the reduction of the load on the insurance sector. Meanwhile, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation will not avoid a huge loss of at least $20 billion. At the same time, the chairman of the Central Bank of Spain and the European Central Bank official Pablo Hernández de Cos fears that the global turmoil in the banking sector has caused uncertainty in the market, against which the regular increase in the price of funding for credit institutions in Spain and the growing reserve stock is likely to follow. New Zealand dollar US dollar, short-term sideways trend. The trading instrument New Zealand dollar US dollar is developing a moderate strengthening, reaching the area of 0.6260, developing bullish sentiment in the pair, formed since the beginning of the week due to lower panic moods in the market on the prospects of a potential crisis in the banking sector in Europe and the United States. Investors are waiting for the New Zealand macroeconomic statistics release on Thursday, March 30. Thus, traders' interest is aroused by the previously announced dynamics of approved construction applications in February. Expectations are for a moderate strengthening of the value by 0.5%, having earlier decreased by 1.5% in January. Tomorrow, March business optimism data is expected to be released by the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, but experts forecast a sharp fall to -47.5 from -43.3. Business activity, according to the National Bank of New Zealand, will decrease to -12.5% from -9.2%. Silver analysis. The value of the precious metal is quoted above the 23-point threshold, preparing to test the 24.5 target due to the fluctuations in the US dollar. Precious metals remain in high demand among investors amid the development of the crisis in the financial sector, which came in the US after the liquidation of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, and then hit European financial institutions. Currently in a difficult situation is the German bank Deutsche Bank AG, whose shares plummeted by 14% at once, contrary to the announced long-term redemption of part of the subordinated securities of the second degree. Trading participants hastily save their capitals, transferring them into safe instruments, which by classics are considered as metallic assets, to minimize risks, while leading central banks continue to assure about the stable situation of the banking sector. Gold has risen by 7.3% since spring, and silver by 10%. If the upward trend among the metal asset group continues, silver could renew its year-to-date high at 24.5.